Okay, I see the echo from outside, so I request everybody to mute their microphones. Salam, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and namaskar to everybody for this exclusive webinar on an introduction to BCSP certifications, eligibility criteria, resources and tips for preparation. And also we'll be covering on the recent changes in BCSP QAP.
मैंने भारत एक मीटिंग चालू थी कोई ऑनलाइन हाँ मैंने आप जी हाँ इले
Okay, looks like everybody is muted now, and yeah, I was telling that this webinar is going to cover on two topics. One is BCSP certifications, eligibility criteria, and resources tips preparation, as well as the QAP criteria, which is a qualified academic program, which is mainly good beneficial for the international SH&E academic programs. That means the institutes, colleges, and universities which are offering the HSC related courses. So I'll be briefing on that as well. So first, I would like to give a brief introduction about the call. This call is going to be recorded. It is being recorded, and please kindly mute your microphone. Only raise the hand when you want to speak. And we are going to have a question and answer session at the end. That means, so keep your microphone as well as camera on the mute mode, switch off mode. And you can also post your queries, comments, suggestions in the chat box. And the meeting is being recorded for the future references, okay? Now, let's make the first things first. My name is Ashok Garlapati. I'm the BCSP ambassador, which is the Board of Certified Safety Professionals. I'm speaking to you from Kuwait. As you see on the right side, there is a Kuwait Towers. It's something like a Taj Mahal to India, and Statue of Liberty to US, something like that to Kuwait. So it's a very iconic towers, we call it. So I welcome you all from the state of Kuwait. As I said, I'll be covering two topics. One is on the BCSP certifications. Another one is on the QAP criteria for the international SH&E academic programs. As you see on the screen, we have been talking about this particular webinar as a global webinar. Why I call it as a global webinar? Because we have 15 plus countries representatives or the SH&E professionals attending this program, mainly to serve our international community. I have been supporting the international community through various platforms in terms of the ASSP, which is American Society of Safety Professionals, and BCSP, again, this is a Board of Certified Safety Professionals. And we recently established with the support of Mr. Jitu Patel, who is also going to shortly talk on the recent initiative as well, through the Global Society of HSC Professionals. And our efforts are being continued through the webinars like this today, which we are having it. So I welcome all the members who are representing 15 plus countries today. About 185 members are participating, registered, and they'll be participating. Of course, they'll be listening to the recorded version as well. So I welcome everybody to this particular webinar. And yeah, if I'm missing any of the country which I put on the screen, you can always type your country name in the chat box, okay? I will be monitoring the chat box as well. So I hope the echo is not there. Mr. Ajay Kumar mentioned that there is an echo. I hope there is no echo now. So everything will be okay. Let's continue. And your country is not seen on the screen, which is highlighted. You can always type in the chat box, okay? And the most important thing is the colorful life of ours. Today is a Holi being celebrated in India and other parts of the world. Okay, the India is having a very good list of festivals being celebrated all across the year. And today they just celebrated, or we just celebrated the Holi, which is basically a Indian festival representing the festival of colors, festival of love, festival of celebrities, and the eternal and divine love of Radha, Krishna. And of course, it also signifies the triumph of the good over the evil. And as it celebrates victory of Lord Vishnu and Narasimha Narayana, and it is originated and is predominantly celebrated in the Indian subcontinent, but also has other spread to other regions as well in the Asia, Western world through Southeast Asian countries. So it's basically a burning all negativity and bringing the positivity in the life. So let's celebrate this Holi with vibrant colors. I wish everybody a happy Holi, and I'm sure since the morning they have been celebrating, and I'm sure they are resting now and listening to this webinar. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the Holi. Today we are going to have a HSC moment and little introduction why we are doing this webinar, as well as I'll be covering on the first topic of the BCSP certifications. Then I'll be speaking about the QAP criteria. So that's what is going to be there today. And coming to the HSC movement, we always start our programs with the HSC movement in our offices, as in our ASSP societies, wherever we share the wherever we do our business meeting, we start the HS movement. I thought I'll bring this concept to the BCSP also. And in this HSC movement, there will be some important things which we'll be sharing, or the ongoing issues and any incidents, lessons learned from incidents, all those things we'll be sharing. So today I'm going to speak about the 1 minute HSC movement, about very interesting topic or interesting day. Today is a World Sleep Day. I'm not sure everybody has heard about this. World Sleep Day is an annual awareness program which is falling today on March 18th, 2022. The event was started by a group of dedicated healthcare providers and members of the medical community working and studying in the area of sleep medicine and research. As HSC professionals, we know the importance of the sleep, as well as So the goal of the first World Sleep Day was to bring together sleep healthcare providers to discuss and distribute the sleep information around the world. And every year, today also, every year there is a theme, and this particular society will be working on the promoting that particular theme. And today, the slogan for the, let me shut down this video here, Mr. Mirza. I'm not sure why he's showing on the screen. Okay. Today, the theme for the 2022 Sleep Day is quality sleep, sound mind, happy world. And I'm sure everybody knows that as HSC professionals, sleep is a fundamental pillar of health and the quality of our life. It can also impact our daily routines if you don't sleep properly, and it will also affect on your physical energy, but your mental and emotional health also it can affect. And please do share this particular importance of the sleep day and the theme with your colleagues, with your profession, with your family, with your friends, and of course your workforce. So well-being is one of the important topic we need to focus today. Okay, and let's continue with our agenda of the program. In the introduction, we are going to talk about the BCSP certifications, And most importantly, I just want to highlight here, what do you mean by the certification? Why we don't call it as a certificate? So I'm going to talk about that, the difference between those certifications as well as the certificates. So generally, as you see on the screen, how a person become a HSC officer or HSC professionals. So there are so many ways of becoming the HSC professionals. Okay. And one of the way is regular academic programs. Okay, you attend the regular academic courses like our Bachelor of Engineering or the Bachelor of Science in the specialty in HSC, like that. And there are so many part-time correspondence courses also available, not only in India, around the world. There are so many correspondence courses, and there are short-term certificate training courses. And also, most of the time, what we see that as part of the job rotation, we'll be transferred to the one of the safety department. Then you become by experience. Also, you become the HSC professional. And there are so many other ways also becoming the HSC professionals. As you see on the right side, there is a certification, and you do the certification after your academic program in different fields, and you become a HSC professional as well. That's what we are going to talk today. What do you mean by the certification? So in the next slide, I'm going to briefly talk about the difference between the certificate as well as the certification. Now, let's talk about the certification. It is not from the educational process. What you get from the academic institutions like a Bachelor of Degree or Master of Engineering, everything comes from the education process. Whereas the certifications come from the assessment process. You'll be assessing your competency, your skills, then they'll be giving the certification. And typically, certification requires some amount of the professional experience. Okay, and even academic programs comes from the college, that's different. But certification, it does not come just like that. You need to have a 2 years or 3 years or 4 years of experience. And it is awarded by a third party and standard setting organization. Unlike your institutions or unlike your colleges, it is given by the third party standard setting organizations like ISO or ANSI or something like that. And it indicates the competency as measured against defensible set of standards, usually by application or examination. Of course, you need to go through the examination process if you want to get a certification. Whereas you do the engineering for 4 years, you will get a degree. That's a Bachelor of Degree, which is a certificate. And you can also use this particular certification after your name, like Ashok Garlapati, CSP. And of course, now Bachelor of Engineering and other things we list in the CVs and the profiles. But whereas certification, we can always write. If you see my first slide, Ashok Garlapati, CSP, CFIOS, QEP, FASSP, all those things are the certifications except FASSP. And it comes from the assessment process. And most important thing, the last row is very, very important thing, and which is a ongoing recertification process. That means certification is not valid for your lifetime, but it is, whereas your certificate is valid for your lifetime. Okay, once you pass your engineering degree of Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Engineering, whatever it is, once you're out of your college, that is applicable for your lifetime. But whereas the certifications like CSP and other certifications, they are not valid. They are only given for the certain time. During that certain time, you need to upgrade yourself and undergo yourself through the recertification process. Okay. So that's about the certification and certificate differences. But let's understand, we studied so much hard in spending so much money, so much time, and obtained our engineering degrees, Master of Engineering, so many things. But why do we need to go for the certification? Okay, and of course, this is mostly followed in the Western part of the world, but it is really good if you go for the certifications. Let's understand why. Basically, it demonstrates your competency, okay, and it raises your bar, and a level playing field. It provides a benchmark. It advances the safety professionalism. If you undergo the safety certifications, it will have a competitive advantage. We ourselves recruit so many people. If the same people are having the same bachelor of degrees and other things, but somebody is having a certification, obviously we give a preference to him because he already demonstrated his credibility against the set of standards, and he has proven himself undergoing the certification process. Ultimately, the pay and mobility also will be very good. And most of the time, what happens is that some of the contracts also, they specify that you need to appoint a HSC professional having such and such certifications. They mention the qualifications as well as the certification. So that also it helps. And even not only to the employees, even for the employers who is appointing you, it will help in selecting the good quality, good candidates, and because they already underwent through the, competitive exams, as well as the, they have been recognized by the some bodies who are having a, meeting the ANSI as well as other ISO requirements. So certainly employers will have a good selection process through this, as well as it also improves their safety in the workplace through the increased competence and confidence, and increasing public confidence in the employer safety program enhances the profitability and the bottom line. And there are so many other things, and also there are some insurance companies also insisting that you need to have a safety professionals having such and such certifications. So it certainly helps everybody to go through the certification process. And there was some survey conducted by ASSP. It was a lightning poll, but 500 members have participated in this particular survey, and 500 plus members. And basically, this survey is done through the already certified or already people who are having the certifications. Then they have been asked why you have done your certifications. Mainly about 47%, which is about almost 6% of the people said that is required by my employer, and about less than 1% or something like that required by the government organizations. And 140, which is a 13% of the people said that it require recognition by my peers. When you are going into any professional body or any meetings or when you are representing your case, if you have a certifications, you will be recognized very nicely. You'll be standing apart from the crowd. That's about 13%. And you see 32% of the people, and 32% of the people have chosen these certifications for the career advancement as well as the increased competitiveness compared to their peers. So that's more important thing. Today we are having many budding professionals, very 1 to 10 years of experience, people participating from different parts of the world, and everybody is looking for this. You are part of this 32% looking for, to improve your skills, to enhance your job opportunities and other things. And almost 19% are increasing the potential for increasing the salaries. I'm going to talk about the salary increase, as well as 26% are looking for the job, enhanced career opportunities or the job opportunities. So are moving around the different countries. So that's about the certifications, why you need to go for it. So kindly mute your microphones, please. And as I was telling that there is a salary survey was done by the BCSP. Every year they do it. This is a 2020 survey, and you can also get the full survey report from the. You can get the full survey report from the BCSP website as well. So there is a. You can see that this is a giant effort by the BCSP as well as the ASSP. About 10,282 responses have been received. And based on this survey, the annual median base salary was identified as around 98,000 for the HSC professionals. And whereas certified SHE professionals, that means who are having the certifications, have been earning around 20,000 more per annum, $20,000 more than those others who are not having the certification. So, and among that CSPs, people are getting $30,000 per more per year. So, which is a salary survey done by the BCSP and ASSP members, around 10,000 members that truly represent. In fact, today we have so many people attending in this webinar, about 184, I think. So they are also joining for this webinar. They want to improve their skills. They want to enhance their career opportunities. So certainly certifications are going to help. And it is the need of the hour, because everything is a globalization now. People are moving around the world. You will find everywhere, particularly Indians are representing in different countries wherever you go today, and they are making a huge contribution to the countries wherever they are there. Again, the knowledge is the power. You need to have a good power, good knowledge, and certifications are very need of the hour to have a global competencies in our profession, which is health, safety, and environment profession. And most important, most doubt we will get it, which certification to be chosen, what certification to be chosen. So mostly what happens is that earlier, when I did back in 2008, there was not many internet opportunities or internet resources during those days. We used to call our seniors or our other things, but now there are so many resources where you can choose the right certification for you. And there are so many professional organizations, so many internet resources are available. Today we are going to talk about that only, which certification to be chosen and which is right for you. And what happens is that whenever you want to go for any new item or new things to find out, you go to the Google and find out. That's one of the things we always do it. And similarly, if you click that certification program in health, safety, and environment field, almost 400,000 plus search results will come. So that makes really confused to you about the certifications and which certification to be chosen. And that's what we are going to talk today. So the right certification, which is suitable for you, your profession, we are going to talk about that. And it also, again, once you go through the Google, there will be hundreds of certifications will be coming, and there'll be, so many institutions also giving this, and you need to identify the right institution, right body to choose this certification. And you also need to ensure which are the accreditations having that certification body. Just like that, don't go to any certification body which are offering the certifications, but there are so many agencies offering that. One of the agency in US is the National Commission for Certifying Agencies. That means that the purpose of this commission is to approve and accredit these certification bodies after going through the rigorous process. Again, it is not one time. There will be annual audits. There will be, so much of review process will be there, how the syllabus is setting, how the examinations are being conducted, how the recertification is done, and whether they are updating the syllabus to meet the our increasing challenges, because our profession is changing every day and day. You need to have those skills also. So before giving accreditation to anybody, any other institution or any certification body, these two agencies will go through the review process. And as a person which you are selecting the certification, you need to check whether that particular institute is having these accreditations. One is a National Commission for Certifying Agencies, another one is ANSI, which is a ISO IEC 17024, which is a standard ANSI standard, which is a general requirements for the bodies operating certification systems of personnel, who are having a certification systems. They should undergo this particular ANSI standard. Of course, they are voluntary standard, but that's what you need to check, whether your certification institute is having any recognitions or any accreditations from these bodies. Now we are going to talk about the BCSP certifications and whether they are accredited by these bodies, or let's find out about the BCSP certifications. Currently BCSP certifications are having, BCSP is promoting about 8 certifications, but if you see the accreditation of the Organization of Personal Certification Bodies, there are 15 SHE-related certifications are accredited or approved by ANSI as well as ISO. And out of this, BCSP is having about 8 certifications out of 15 of the other. There are so many other institutions also offering, but out of 15, all 8 certifications of the BCSP all accredited under ANSI as well as the National Certifying Commission. So that's what we need to highlight, that all whatever certification you choose from the BCSP, which is already accredited and recognized by the ANSI as well as the National Certifying Agency. And there are 300 plus certifications are available specifically for the safety profession. In that, 15 are approved by the ANSI, and out of 15, 8 are approved, which are all, by the BCSP. Okay, and these are the 15 certifications I listed here, but all 8 are from the BCSP out of 15. There are other institutions, other certifications like a CIH, CDGP, and CHMM and CHMP, which is for the hazardous materials management. There is a CFFS, which is a fire protection, and the CRMP is a risk management, and SCTPP is a safety certification for transportation project professionals. So out of these 15, all 8 of the BCSP certifications are listed, and you can confidently go through the BCSP certifications as they are approved by the ANSI and National Certifying Agency. So let's talk little about the BCSP, which is established in 1969, and it is not for profit, headquarters in Indianapolis, US. And there are 9 to 14 member of board of directors. I am one of the board of directors, and these directors keeps on rotating. And of course, that their term is 3 years, and the new directors are appointed. So I am in the first term. I am the first non-US board of director in the BCSP board. My intention is to bring our global issues to the boardroom so that we can get much benefit out of these things. Today, QAP, I'm going to talk. That is one of the push I have given in the boardroom. And earlier also, all the international SHE programs are already approved for the ASP waiver. That also have been instrumental with the support of Mr. Jitu Patel, who is also on the call. So that's what my intention. It's not that I'm going to sit in the boardroom just to represent, but I want to take the global issues to the boardroom so that BCSP board will give a favorable understanding of the global issues and consider them. And QAP is one such issue we have achieved successfully. So that's one of the objective of me being in the boardroom. And BCSP's mission is we inspire and develop leaders in safety, health, and environment practice through globally accredited certification. Earlier, it was nationally, but recently it has been changed to the globally accredited certification, enhancing careers, advancing the profession, protecting the people. And vision is a safer world through safety, health, and environmental leadership. Okay, so these are the BCSP's mission and vision. And we have the 8 endorsing organizations. One is endorsing means the supporting organizations, so they have so much of confidence that BCSP is doing a great job, and they have been endorsing the BCSP for this successful certification process, which is the AHA, ASSP, ISC. And you see on the list, there are international, there are the reputed organizations who are supporting or endorsing the BCSP in the safety, health, and environment field. As a credentialing leader, it has got a lot of history. It is BCSP recognized as a leader in high quality credentialing in the HSC field. It establishes the standards for and verifies the competence in professional safety practice and evaluates certifications for compliance with the recertification requirements. It has got a great integrity in the examination process, international recognition, and maintain the highest standard of accreditation. It's called the gold standard, which is the CSP. And as of now, around 50,000 plus active certifications are there in 108 countries. So it has got a very good global representation, unlike other certification bodies. And so great institutions offering the certifications in the safety, health, and environment profession. And let's come directly into the types of certifications. What certification you need to choose it, which you will be eligible. So first is the professional management and technician and supervisory, as well as the training. There are 4 categories: professional, management, and technician and supervisory. And these are the, let me go back there. Yes, these are the certifications being offered by the BCSP. One is a certified safety professional and associate safety professional, safety management specialist, OHST, occupational hygiene and safety technician, construction health and safety technician, STS, safety trained supervisor, and safety trained supervisor in the construction, and certified instructional trainer. That's mainly in the training field. So I'm going to talk to you exactly the requirements of these certifications, how you can fit into these certifications. And these are the, as we discussed on the earlier, the 4 categories. So that's what is the, one way to talk about the BCSP certifications and their application in industry using the safety continuum model. The need for safety exists at all levels of organization, not only in the boardroom, not only in the workshop floor, but everywhere. So this slide will represent an insight on the career progression along this continuum. You will notice that SMS and CSP behind the, because of the, for many safety practitioners or those without university degree are eligible for the SMS, and SMS is the highest level of safety certification they will achieve in their careers, even without a bachelor degree. We are going to talk about that. So mainly CSP and SMS are in the strategic planning, and the CIT is a training. If you are into the HSC training, you can go for the HSC CIT certification. And middle management is the ASP, TSP, and GSP. We are going to talk about all those things, TSP and GSP. And CHST and OHST and STS are all at the technician level. Okay, safety technicians and specialists, and so those are the technicians level. Basically, we are just representing in the safety culture model all the BCSP certifications, and GSP, TSP, ASP through the construct with a level 1 professional category, stepping stones for many professionals achieving their CSPs. We are going to talk about the TSP, GSP, how they can be achieved. They are the middle level, which will be getting the waiver for the ASP to achieve CSP. And these are the certifications, and we can see here there are active certifications around 50,000 plus. And as you see on the screen, we did this webinar during last year also. That time it was 59,000. Now it is 57,000 around the globe as a total, because there will be some retirement, there will be some, if you are not renewing your certification, you will not be counted. As I was telling, that there's a recertification process. So all those things are the, you have to meet all those requirements to keep yourself, recertified. Otherwise, your certification will be going off. And I'm just pleased to inform you that after US, India is having a highest number of, after US and Canada, I can say, India is the 3rd country in the world to have a number of CSP holders. So we have around 470 plus CSPs in India, and that number is keep on increasing. So we continue to be on the 3rd, and of course, there are a lot of opportunities for the professionals from India to having certifications to get in either in India or in outside. So there are plenty of opportunities for the certification holders. And let's now talk about the application process, how to apply for these certifications. So we have when I did back in almost 14, 15 years ago, there was no online process. We used to send our original certificates to US for the verification, and it used to go by the courier, and how important your original certificates. So we used to have a lot of tension or stress until you get back your certifications, certificates. So now everything is online. You can do everything digital. So you can apply online. You can determine your eligibility. After getting the eligibility, you can purchase the exam, and you can write the exam online. Okay, earlier it was not so. We used to go to the US Embassy or something like that. But now everything is online. That's the goodness of the technology. And once you pass the exam, you maintain the certification, and you need to provide the annual renewal fee. Again, as I was telling the recertification, I'm going to tell about the recertification, what exactly it means, how you get the recertification. Also, I'm going to briefly talk, but this is the whole cycle of your certification process. And everything is available online. As I was telling, you can go to bcsp.org website and you can create your profile and you can put your work experience, your eligibility, your academic qualifications. Then you can really understand which certification you can meet it. So that's very simple. And before that, I just want to give a brief outline of the eligibility requirements. Okay, we call it as a 4 E's. One E is the education or the training, or the experience is the second E, and the third E is the examination, and the fourth E is the ethics. So very, very important. Code of ethics is very important for the certification holders. There will be a good number of questions related to the code of ethics. And of course, once you're preparing yourself, you'll come to know all those things. So let me see. Yes. Okay. So additional requirements, CSP must pass 2 exams, which is the ASP. And of course, we have the system for the ASP waiver, which we are going to talk. CSP eligibility requirements, let's talk. You need to have a bachelor degree. There is explanation here. Degree programs and school must be accredited. An accredited school is one that is recognized by the US Department of Education or Council of Higher Education. When applying the ASP and CSP, the degree from a college outside the United States, the degree will be evaluated for US equivalency. That's what I was telling, that we used to send our certificates to US, but now everything is online. So it's very easy. You have to send your digital certificates only. And you need to have a second E, which is the experience requirement, 4 years of experience where safety is at least 50%. Of course, today we are at all participants are 100% safety professionals. There is no issue, but there are some companies where your responsibilities are some portion is related to maintenance or some portion related to operations. But in this case, all people who are attending today are the 100% safety professionals. So obviously you'll be eligible, but you need to have a 4 years of experience and pass the ASP. And yes, yeah, there is a question about how, as I was telling, that it is not Indian or outside US. Any country, you need to provide the engineering degrees. So by email to the BCSP, they will get evaluated. Earlier used to provide the $80 extra to another third-party agency, but now everything BCSP will take care. So when you are applying, you need to provide your certifications. We can also have a more discussion during the question and answer on this. Again, the examination, third is you need to pass the examination, and the fourth is the commitment to the BCSP's code of ethics. Yes, ASP, which is the intermediate level, you need to have an accredited or associate degree in the HSC related field or the bachelor degree in any field. Remember, gentlemen, it's not only engineering. In any field, you are eligible, okay? So any field of bachelor degree, either Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Commerce, anything, you are eligible for this certification. And at least 1 year of experience where safety is at least 50%. Whoever, just like that, people not come take this certification, no, they should be in the safety field. So obviously they only, because it's a big effort that you need to study, you need to pay the money, so many things are there. So any bachelor degree eligible, but you need to have experience in the safety field, commitment to the code of BCSP code of ethics. So all these things are the ASP eligible requirements. And I was telling that there is a TSP. This is available for the individuals having a qualified equivalent programs. This is mainly provided before the QAP. Basically, the people who are done the Bachelor of Degrees in other outside US, they are eligible for the TSP recognition of being part for the CSP certification. I'm going to talk about that also, what exactly is the TSP. And once there's a recent change in the QEP programs. Earlier, QEP is applicable only for the US, and non-US was having a TSP program. Now, from the January 2022 onwards, this QEP is made applicable for the everything US as well as the non-US programs also. I'll be second part of my presentation, I'll be focusing more on that. So qualified equivalent programs is the one, basically it's the curriculum-based certificate or the international degree program in HSC, substantial match to the BSP, ASP blueprint. Blueprint means in the syllabus, what are the domains, what the topics you are going to cover in your 4 years of course. So BCSP, what they do is that they take all your syllabus and they substantially match the ASP blueprint requirements. Then they give the QAP graduates for the TSP. So that's what is happening now. Currently, there are 15 eligible certificates and diplomas and international degree from 13 nations, 13 countries are available in the QAP. And this is the QAP listed program. You can find out which country, which institute is offering listed in the QAP from your country. So if it is not there, if you are, for example, UPES is a good example. In India, that is the University of Petroleum and Energy Studies. They are offering the HSC courses, but they are not listed there. That means they have not approached BCSP about the course. So I'm going to briefly talk how they can approach and how they can be part of this list, so that the people who are attending or the students who are attending, who are passing out from that college will get a maximum benefit of getting ASP waiver. So that's the whole objective of today's presentation. And these are the listed colleges there basically. And there is another certification, which is a SMS, Safety Management Specialist. What happens is that many times people contact me that I am a safety professional having a 15-20 years of experience, but I do not have a bachelor degree. Okay, bachelor degree is a must for the CSP, but it is not required for the SMS. If you have a 10 years of experience in the safety profession, you can go for these certifications. So again, this is requiring the two requirements, experience and ethics, basically 10 years experience, and because there is a education is removed there, so, but you also need to go through the examination process. And OHST is the technician level, having 3 years of experience with 30% of the primary job duties, and it doesn't require the bachelor of degree also. That's about the technician level. And CHST is the experience requirement, having a 3 years experience and commitment to the BCSP code of ethics. So this is also one of the thing. STS and STSC also, which is just you need to have a 30 years of formal experience and 2 years of supervisory experience, 4 years of work experience. Then an associate degree or higher occupational safety risk management is required, and completion of 2-year trade or union training and commitment to the BCSP code of ethics. So these are the requirements for the STS and STSC, mainly again the safety trained supervisor. That means, and this is another important thing. Many international members goes for this, which is the CIT and Certified Instructional Trainer in SHE, Safety, Health, and Environment field. As our professionals mainly focusing on, some of the professionals mainly focusing on the training, they are eligible for this. Minimum 135 hours of teaching as well as training or development in SHE specialty is required. Commitment to the BCSP code of ethics. So this is one of the, earlier it used to be called as CET, but since 2019, it is being called as a CIT, Certified Instructional Trainer in Safety, Health, and Environment field. So it's a very good certification program for the trainers in the safety field. And have been talking about the recertifications. That means your certification is not valid forever. So you need to recertify yourself. There is a recertification cycle. So there are two things required to keep your recertification. Number one, you need to pay the annual fees. Once you pass the exam, you have to pay the annual fees for maintaining the certification, as well as the recertification once in 5 years, or depending on the certification required, what you choose. So every 5 years, we have the recertification process. You can 10-point categories are there. So these are the 10 points. You need to maintain the professional safety practice. You need to have some membership in safety organizations. You need to provide the organizational services, like if you are working for ASSP or the BCSP, some points will be given as an organizational service. This organizational service is your employment, I mean to say. So there is this is the employment. It should be employed in the safety profession. Then you will get some points. If you present publications or conferences, you will get some points. If you're having a patents, you will get the point. If you do the service to BCSP, like me as a BCSP ambassador, I'll get 2 points for every year if I'm an ambassador of the BCSP or if I'm a BCSP director. So again, if you are presenting in the professional conferences, you'll get some point. And if you do some courses like I think one Mr. Durga Prasad, he contacted me, he's done his CMAYOSH. And if you do CMAYOSH, you will get the first recycle completely, you will get the full points easily. So safety related courses or seminars, other educational programs, you do it, you will get it points very easily. If you do the other master's program or the PG diploma or advanced degree, you will get some points. Additional certifications, like I was telling CMAYOSH, which is from IOSH, you will also get some points there. So what I mean to say that recertification is the one process where you are having an opportunity to keep yourself up to the mark in the society, up to the mark in the field, that you are getting your skills updated, your knowledge updated, your competencies updated. That's one of the things you need to understand here. And for the CSP, ASP, SMS, you need to get the 25 points. So for example, 1 hour presentation you attend, which is having a CEUs, you will get the 0.1. 1 hour presentation if you attend, okay, which is giving the CEUs, you will get the 0.1. Like 0.1, all those things, you need to accumulate 25 points every year. Once you get a certification, BCSP is having a recertification worksheet. So all these points you can enter in the online. Earlier, it used to be the Excel based. Now everything is online, very user friendly. Everything, whenever you attend any course, you can just enter the date of attendance, number of hours, what topics you learned, then automatically you will be given the CEUs. So all those things will be accumulated over 5 years. And at the end of the 5 year, you need to submit the recertification worksheet, we call it. That should be minimum 25 points. If you don't have them 25 points, you need to sit there for the exam again. So never do that. So please do ensure that you are keeping your recertification worksheet always updated. And again, these are the recertification requirement for the STS and STSC. Of course, if anybody is having that, you can always go through that. It's the same process. The second part of the presentation is this one today is recent change in BCSP QAP criteria, qualified academic program criteria, which is a real boon to the international institutions or the academic program, which are having a 4-year course or the 2-year course. So you can get the ASP waiver. How to get that ASP waiver? I'm going to brief now. So which is a QEP, is a bachelor's or master's or doctorate degree program in the SH&E field, whose required course curriculum has been reviewed by the BCSP and found that they are substantial match to the ASP blueprint. As I was telling, that blueprint is the one, maybe Western part of the world, this term is good, but for us, we only call it as a syllabus, okay? They will take the ASP syllabus, they will take your institution syllabus, they will compare, they ensure that everything is matching, then they give you the QAP status. What are the benefits of the QAP? I'm going to briefly talk about that. If you feel that your institution offering a HSC course, you need to apply to the BCSP, and then they will evaluate and they will give the QAP status. Being a QAP distinguishes your SH&E program from other programs, okay? And BCSP gives special recognitions in the QAP directory, the list which I already shown that your institute will be there in that. College and university faculty teaching SH&E courses. I think 2 days back, I was attending a ASSP program where Mr. Surendra is a professor in UPS. He was presenting he was presenting a Lebanon's incident, actually, ammonium nitrate incident. If he wants to do the CSP, if his institution is in QAP, he will get the free examination application, free application from the BCSP. What I mean to say that the faculty of the QAP institutes will get some advantage of being in the QAP, okay? And QAP's institutes also eligible for gift up to $10,000 towards full accreditation and re-accreditation of the ABET. This is mainly for the US colleges and other things. And BCSP also provides $1,000 annually to the ABET and accredited program to help cover cost of retaining accreditation. That's again for mainly for the US programs. but again, India International Institute also can try for that. BCSP also gives the scholarships for their students. There is a BCSP Foundation. They give the scholarship for the QAP students. Mr. Jitu Patel, who is on the call today, is going to briefly talk about his foundation, another foundation, where how students, Indian students, can get an advantage from such foundations. So we are going to listen from him as well. And what are the benefits to students who becomes a GSP? Once your institution is in the QAP list, once you pass out your 4 years degree, you have to apply to the BCSP. Then they give the graduate safety professional certificate. I mean, it's like an intermediate certification, a GSP. Okay. So what are the benefits of GSP? You will get the CSP directly. So you have to sit for you can skip the whole ASP examination, and you can also get the eligibility for the STS and STSC certifications and recognition of their level of preparation for professional safety practice. You can keep Surrender GSP like that. Their name in the BCSP credential folder will be there as a digital badge. And use of BCSP Career Center to post a resume and view career opportunities. If you are a GSP, there is a BCSP career website is there. You can use that as a free entry. You can get more opportunities. You also will get the GSP wall certificate as well. So, and there is a time limit. You need to pass a CSP exam within certain period. So that's one of the things. And I just want to focus again on how your school or your college can get into the QAP list. US-based safety, health, and programs, they can directly approach the BCSP, and they do the evaluation of the matching, and they'll be part of the list, QAP list. Now let's talk about the blue color highlighted here. Non-US programs like international programs. We have so many institutions around the world offering the 4-year courses or the 3-year courses, but they are left out all these years. I was instrumental in taking up this case with the BCSP board, and they have been very favorable and updated the changes and the rules effective from January 2022, that all non-US HSC degree programs are accredited and recognized in their country of origin. Okay. For example, in India, we have the AICTE, NBA, so many things. If your institution is already approved or recognized in your own country and determined to be comparable to US accreditation, if you want to, listed in this QAP process and by a third party and demonstrate a substantial match to the current ASP blueprint, okay, they will take the syllabus and again evaluate, match it, and they will, if your syllabus is found eligible, then they will list in your program into the QAP. The institution will have a great advantage as a reputation, and the people who are passing out from that institution will get a lifetime benefit of skipping ASP exam, and this will help their careers, their profession a long way actually. So that's the whole advantage of the QAP program. What to do? Your college should submit a formal request to the from the current academic year list of required courses into the BCSP along with the list of whole program, and they will evaluate that. Most importantly, there is no cost to the college. College need not spend anything. They just need to do the email communication, and they need to send it to the this particular address. You can take a screenshot if you are interested. I can or send it to me, send an email to me afterwards. So you can always contact Sheila Silva. She's a great lady, and she supports the international community to a large extent. I have been personally in touch with any case, any issues comes to me related to the other BCSP international members. She will immediately solve. So you can always reach out to her directly and related to the QAP as well. As I was telling that there is no cost to the school, only benefit is your students will get the GSP and they can skip the ASP and go to the CSP directly. This is one of the good things. You can have it, and there is a good step-by-step process on this link. You can also click this link and go there, BCSP website, or put in a Google BCSP QAP guide. You will get it. Okay. And many, as I was telling that when the people registered, they have posted so many questions. I'm going to briefly talk about those questions as well. I will show those. I will show the questions on the screen itself and go one by one, if the time permitting. And let's talk about the resources. So resources is a very important thing. Many people have been asking. Basically, first you need to understand your strengths and weaknesses, which area you are good, because once you go to the either go to the CSP or ASP, you will get the domains. What are the topics? Examination will have it. So okay, you need to go through that blueprint and find out what are your strengths, and you need to develop a test taking strategy. So what happens is that many people takes the big books and studies. There are so many workshops are available, online workshops are available, materials are available, and you need to understand how you can use your knowledge, your time in a shortest span of time. One important thing I want to tell you, gentlemen, ladies, that if you want to see the time in the watch, you don't need to know how to build the watch. You only need to know how to see that time. That's what I'm telling you. Your focus should be mainly on the examination oriented, how you can easily go through all the points, all the domains, and there are so many sample tests are available in the examination preparation. Sample test means you will sit for 5.5 hours. That's the examination time, and you go through the whole exam as a demonstration. Then if you get about 80 to 90% of that particular sample test, you can really go for the real test. Okay. And most important thing is that a scientific calculator. Earlier there used to be a scientific calculator, and now the calculator is available online. So you don't need to take your calculator, everything is online. So you need to get familiarized with the online calculator as well. So that's also one of the important thing. Looks like there is an issue with the thing, but I'm going to connect again. Okay, so yes, so what we were talking is about recertification, and there are Reset Pro is available, and afterwards you have the if you go to the BCSP website, you have the very step-by-step process that there is a 7-step process you can see, and you can just check your things and go through that process. And there is a preparing for the key examination. You may use various approaches for the prepare for the examination. There is a self-assessment process and you can find out what the purpose of this self-assessment is. You will know your strength, where exactly you are standing, what are the gaps, okay? And there are complete self-assessment perform individual study or the group studies. I'm going to briefly show you where are the group studies are available. Now everything is online. And attend formal review courses. ASSP Kuwait also doing the review courses. And there are so many institutions are offering in India also, in different parts of the world. You don't need to be physically present there. Everything is available online. And knowing your strengths and weaknesses is very, very important. Having an examination preparation plan, developing a test taking strategy, and understanding how to use the calculator, the online calculator. Most important is the having an examination study plan. And there are mentors also available. I am also one of the registered mentor. And if you go to the BCSP website, good BCSP mentors, you can find out in your country if anybody is available. Even if somebody is not there, you can contact the person who is listed with the email and other things. Online mentoring also you can get it. And there are online preparatory workshops. Now smartphones are having a very good apps, There are smartphones, there is Bowen EHS app, very good app it is every day. You can also attend the online online tests and other things whenever you are free, whenever you are traveling for a long distance in the metro or in the car as a passenger. You can use these smartphone apps and learn, because earlier these were not there, but nowadays so many online resources are available. Only thing is you should have your will to pass the exam. That's what you need to have it. Resources are plenty. And there are specific preparatory workshops available, group studies, social media groups, and there are so many WhatsApp groups are there. As you see on the screen, you can make a screenshot. In India, we have the CSP WhatsApp group, which is a very active moderator. I know Mr. Bapi. Because of him, all you guys are here today. And he has been very, very instrumental in the daily quizzes. And I don't know how he works. He's a master blaster. You put a question in next minute, the answer will come. He is very, very active guy, Mr. Bapi, which is if you want to part of that group, if you are not yet, you can join that. And those are the members. And in Kuwait, we have the HSC study group. I think there are so many ASSP members are attending this for the particular program. You can also become part of these groups. And ASSP also is having a workshop that also you can attend. And yes, there are online resources. I did similar workshops or the similar guidance. It is available in the Vimeo as a recorded webinar. This also will be posting in the recorded webinar. Yes, as announced in the webinar flyer, everybody will get the $100 waiver with the application fee code automatically by the from the BCSP. That code is valid for the 3 months and can only used once. So within that 3 months, you need to use that particular code. The examination fee is $160. Out of $160, $100 will get the waiver from the BCSP for attending this particular program. But I have one interesting and one encouraging news for the Indian safety professionals who are attending today. We have a upcoming J&A Bharat HSC Foundation Professional Development Grant. So with the, I would like to invite Mr. Jitu Patel to briefly talk about what is this J&A, what is this grant, how it can be used. Of course, you can also send an email at the bottom there. It's a JA Bharat HSC Foundation at gmail.com and JA Bharat at HSC Foundation at gmail.com. And Mr. Jitu Patel is going to briefly talk about what exactly this J&A Bharat HSC Foundation Professional Development Grant. Mr. Jitu. Are you there? You can unmute and talk.
Yes, sorry, I was muted. Thank you, Ashok ji, for the opportunity to speak to our fellow professionals and friends.
Good evening, sir.
What we are seeing is an invitation to you all to join Ashok ji and myself. You already know my name, Jitu Patel. two founding trustees at the launching ceremony of the JNA Bharat HSA Foundation. This is going to be virtual on Meet Google on March 25th. The foundation is fully registered and official. The foundation's vision is to have a safe Bharat, India. Its mission is to advance occupational safety and health profession amongst industry, academic institutions, regulatory authority, and other related organizations in India. Its goals are to minimize losses of human and other living beings and people's livelihood, as well as damaging property and environment. The foundation is poised to create world-class HSE professionals in India, who in turn work for a safer and brighter future. It aims to inspire and develop leaders in HSE best practices through globally accredited certifications, enhancing careers for protecting people, property, and environment. The foundation would focus on providing education and developmental opportunities to the deserving candidates or individuals with scholarships or grants and assisting the families of the victims of workplace accidents, thereby extending humanity. You just heard Ashok ji mentioning that BCSP Foundation is helping people globally, and JNA Foundation is currently going to offer benefits to India initially, but later on it will be expanded to globally. The foundation has plans to recognize individuals, organizations, academic institutions, and more who have made significant contributions, making a difference in India in the field of HSE, to motivate and inspire others for making similar contributions in saving lives, property, and environment. My friends, the foundation is passionate about achieving measurable success in all of its goals. The foundation is destined to work together collectively with all the vision of a great nation, of a safe India, striving to make this journey a reality. Once again, Ashok ji and I myself extend our cordial invitation to all of you to join us on the 25th to learn more about the foundation and how you could be part of it and beneficiary also. Ashok ji, thank you for the opportunity to meet all my dear friends here on the call.
Thank you very much, Jit Saab, and it's good to know that our members who are attending today will get the benefit from this foundation also, in addition to the BCSP's $100 waiver. So please do join on 25th March 2022. It's available on my LinkedIn status also. You can also get the link there. I'm going to post the link in our chat box also shortly. So that's one of the things we just wanted to highlight today. And with that, I would like to take questions. Let me open the chat box if any questions are listed there. Otherwise, I'm going to open it for the questions which are registered in the while you do the registration. So because there are 180 people have registered, about 80 people are there. So those questions who are not here also will go through it. So for the benefit of everybody. So let me say, Mr. Jitu has given good to be on the webinar and greetings from Bangladesh and very nice. Denmark, originally from Mali, Mr. Dayara, thank you. And yes, please pay respect to the speaker. And how is Indian university degree certificates are verified? You have to, as Mr. Rakesh is asking this question, as I was telling that you need to send your digital certificates only. So to the BCSP, they will take everything. Mr. Dinesh is asking bachelor degrees, engineering or science, both are eligible, Dinesh. And his distance degree courses are valid. Yes, Mr. Johnson, they are valid as well. But again, it has to be approved by the BCSP. How much time will be taken by the BCSP evaluation? About a month, 4 weeks. And website material mentioned about only degree, not 4 years degree. Yes, it is 3-year degree also eligible. Many people in Kuwait have done the 3 years bachelor degree. The holders have done the ASP and CSP also. Let me mute the people, please. You have a minimum this thing, please. Thanks. Sriram, please mute your mic, please. Okay. Should we be certified ASP to be eligible for CSP? Yes, of course. If you don't have the waivers, you need to go through the ASP. Yes. Mr. Edoja is asking, is it compulsory to write ASP exam before being eligible for CSP? Yes, of course. He is also asking CSP and SSMH which certificate higher and what is the difference between them. CSP is having a bachelor degree requirement. If you don't have the bachelor degree and you want to go for the CSP, if you want to go for the certification, you can go for SMS. If you do not have the bachelor degree, you will never be able to get the CSP. Okay. What about the online pro-tired examinations? Yes, it is live. It is going to come on 22nd. I am having a BCSP certification committee call. There will be decision on that call. So once that after the certification committee approves, then the BCSP board will approve, Sriram. Then you can get the information. Okay, where can I download the textbooks or study books? Mr. Ajay, you need to be part of the BAPI CSP group. Thousands of resources are available there, which I already posted. BAPI CSP group is having a plenty of resources. You can join there. Please send us the link for the Bharat HSC Foundation. Yes, I'm going to send Mr. Sheikh. Then, okay, where can I get study material? Of course, there are plenty of online resources. Mr. Duvada Prasad, good evening. It registered person unable to attend with a timeline is required to do the registration again. Yes, they will give the 1 year time after your application. If you don't do it again, you have to pay $100 to get your what is that extension. After ASP, I'm eligible for direct CSP exam. Of course, Mr. Anjum, yes, you can get it. Mr. Ashok, have TSP, can I purchase the exam straight away or I should go through the certificate? No, you need, if you have a TSP, you are already crossed all those hurdles, Mr. Tamim, you can directly purchase the examination. Mr. Srinivas asking, I have applied for CSP program, but verification, they are charging some $. Yes, it is compulsory. Earlier, we used to send certifications directly. Now you can do online, but you need to pay the examination fees, I think $80, something like that. If you purchase exam code, the self-assessment is included in that, or we have to purchase separate? No, it is separate. Self-assessment core is, assessment is separate, exam core is separate. What about ASP waiver if a GSP not required within 1 year of graduation for QAPs? As a first time, they are giving, for CUSAT, they have given the exemption as a first time, but you can write to ASP Sheila, which I already mentioned her email ID, or you can write to me also, Mr. Rakesh. Mr. Rajaram is asking, what about ASP waiver if GSP not acquired within 1 year of graduation? Yes, you can go for it. Level 6 diploma in HSC is a waiver for ASP. I doubt, Mr. Asim, you need to NEBOSH diploma. I know there is a waiver, but level 6 I need to check, Mr. Asim. Please send an email to me, I can check. I think if you can provide a Telegram group also, it will be more helpful. Yes, Mr. Praveen, take a lead. Don't depend on others. Take a lead and start a Telegram group and you can be the moderator of that group. Okay, and I'm a degree holder, so it is compulsory for me to do the ASP before CSP. Mr. Elia Edoja, I'm not sure which degree holder. If you are part of the QAP, ASP can be waived. Otherwise, you have to go through the ASP. Mr. Mula is asking, please let me know engineering after diploma. So BCSP access, which since I joined engineering. No, you need to have a bachelor degree. That is Mr. Sheikh. You need to have the bachelor degree. So to get the ASP eligibility itself. What do you mean by ASP waiver, Mr. Edoja? I think I already explained. ASP waiver is the one which you are having a college degree from the QAP list, Qualified Academic Program list. So if you're already done a HSC course, having a bachelor degree, then you can get the ASP waiver. Mr. Ram Prasad Duvada is interested in CIT. Welcome, sir. You are welcome to do the CIT. You are best for the CIT. Being you are a trainer, you can get a CIT benefits. And
Thank you,
Mr. Aboja is asking, CSP is a US oriented and mostly acceptable in the. This is a very good question. In the US only, what is BSP doing to ensure the acceptability extends beyond the US? Very good question you asked, Mr. Aboja. I'm sorry for the pronunciation, but yeah, answer is I will tell you one thing. See, even in the GCC region, many companies are asking in the recruitment that people should have the ASP. Even in our company, we have developed the programs with another ambassador. I think Mr. Bala, I'm not sure whether he's on the call, that there are so many our contracts also talking about the people should have the certifications in CSP or, like that, IOSH and other things. So there is an international acceptance for this, and who can make a difference? And there is a me being the certification committee member, BCSP is having a international agreements with the institutions or the countries, to consider a BCSP certifications are one of the requirements. I'm not sure from which country you are there, but you can send an email to me. I can find out whether your country is representing as part of that agreement. Mr. Praveen is asking, is it compulsory for 4 years experience for CSP? Yes, of course. If you have a QAP program, you will get the GSP and you can get the ASP waiver. Mr. Bapi, hello, Pipi Sarkar here to join our CSP group. Yes, very good, Bapi. I told you he's very smart and dynamic guy. He already posted the link there. You can join the CSP group, WhatsApp group. I think he was supposed to open the Telegram group also. Verification fee is $100, include examination fee for CSP. What is the scope for CSP in India? Very much, Mr. Srinivas. There are so many international companies are coming to India, and certainly you will have a much recognition and advantage. And have a 3 years of bachelor engineering with NEBOSH diploma. Not sure where you will get the 3 years bachelor engineering in India, but Mr. Raja is asking, I need to check whether it is a Bachelor of Engineering or Bachelor of Science. So you can write to the Sheila directly, Mr. Raja, and you can also contact me afterwards. Mr. Thankappan is asking, I have 15 years experience in HSC field and have a master degree. Which certification should I do first? So you can go for the CSP directly if your institution is part of the QAP, or if your master degree in HSC, you can also get the ASP waiver, but they need to do the evaluation. So we cannot just like that answer, So I have 15, Mr. Doja is asking, I have the HSC certification in NEBOSH level 3, already a graduate of mechanical and 7 years experience. Is this enough for ASP waiver? I cannot answer directly, Mr. Doja. You need to provide the documents to Sheila. She will evaluate, because if you have the NEBOSH diploma, certainly they are considering the ASP waiver. Okay. Level 3, I'm not sure. We need to check that, Mr. Edoja. Mr. Raja is asking, after completion of diploma, we will go for engineering. That is only 3 years. Okay, then fine, Mr. Raja. Absolutely, you will get eligibility. Yes. Thank you much for your fruitful presentation, Mr. Sheikh Mabul Basha. Thank you, Mabul. And Gautam Raja, in that case, it will be considered. Yes, Mr. Raja, it will be considered. Level 6 diploma and graduation, how to get the CSP? Yes, I'm sure you will get the ASP waiver, but we need to check, Mr. Jitu. Yes. Fasil, yeah, I think we have finished all the questions. Unless anybody is having other specific questions, you can always raise your hand. Sheila's email is already listed there, but I'm going to post here. It was already presented there. I'm going to post it here, or I'm going to share another next slide. The email is there. You can use that. Okay. It is ambassador@bcsp.org. I'm going to type in the chat box. Okay. You can send all your questions there. They will respond. Okay. Everyone in the meeting, ambassador@bcsp.org. So that is the email ID. They will respond, but please give a reference to this webinar that you attended this webinar. And yes, I'm going to share the 25th ceremony email as well. But after I'm going through the very good questions I received through the registration from 180 people, I'm going to go through all those questions. Then I will share the link also. Let me share the. Okay, let me share the screen. Basic desktop. Okay, I'm sure you are able to see the screen there. So these are the yellow highlighted questions I have received from the registration during, because when the BCSP generated a link, I asked them to put 3-4 questions. So because that will help everybody to, because who are not able to participate, because everybody is having so much busy schedules and other things. But at least if they send the questions, we can always take up in the webinar. So the question was asked is, any specific questions for the BCS we want to cover during the session? Okay. I'm just going to go through the questions which I have not briefed. Okay. Any institute conducting preparatory classes, not ebook live? Yes, plenty of the institutes are offering that. You can reach out to SPAN, ClickSafety, Bowen EHS, ASSP Kuwait, so many things. And there are website groups. You put that website group, WhatsApp groups, your question, you will get the list of all those workshops. TSP easily to be decided. How to crack exam, CSP and tips, which I already briefed. Please waive the yearly first reset certification. Who is jobless? This is a very good point. I'm not sure who raised this, but as a special case, ASSP is waiving the membership fees. But if you are already having a CSP, you can ask this question. If you do not have the CSP, you cannot ask this question. So because I assume that you're already paying the membership fees. I don't know who is this Mr. Harshadul Hoda. If he's on the call, he can unmute and talk more. But yes, we can take up with the BCSP, but provided you write an email to me, ambassador@bcsp.org, why you are asking the waiver. Like you mentioned, jobless, you can always write that. What are different ways of getting ASP and TSP? Yeah, it's already clearly mentioned that ASP, you have to go through the examination. TSP, your college has to have the, accreditation QAP part. Yes, can I use this application fee waiver for booking my CSP exam? No, this application fee waiver is only for the application fee, not for the examination fee of $350. And what are the best books for the CSP preparation? As I said, there are so many resources. WhatsApp resources are available, plenty. You can always go through that. How CSP certification will add value to safety professionals working in the Middle East? I already explained that plenty of weightage is given when we are recruiting the people. So you can go about that. And what is the scope and demand for certification? If anyone having a non-engineering background, plenty of the scope. Whoever is asked this question, basically yes, Mr. Sanjay Lal asked this question. Yes, you can get the same weightage after you got the CSP like engineering degree holders. So one roof solution for course material to prepare for CSP. I think you can go for the exam core. That's a one roof solution. Okay. And is there any possibility that exams will be taken at home? Yes, that's coming up. That's coming up. There is a demonstration, a prototype examination is allowed for one particular certification, but on the 22nd, we have a certification committee meeting. We are going to discuss further on that. What is the best training facility in India for preparation of CSP exam? I suggest you join the BAPI's WhatsApp group. That's the best training facility in India, I feel, because so much of good information is being shared there. Can I extend my eligibility for another year? Yes, you have to pay $100. And presentation for study material, which type of course material need for preparation examination course, syllabus change possibility in coming year. Yes, every year they change the syllabus, but they will announce well in advance, so not to worry about that. Importance of ASP and CSP in India. Yes, we have talked about that. Other training centers in India. ASP waiver for MTech after 1 year of graduation. Yes, you can get it, but you need to write to BCSP. Journey after CSP, continue recertification. That's what is a journey. So you can keep yourself updated all the time. Online calculator, yes, there is online calculator videos also available. This question comes from Saudi Arabia, that how to use the online calculator. Yes, Mr. Harshad is asking the online calculator. You can get that. Waiver course update, it is already there in the website, BCSP website. How to solve maths problems easily, tips required. Workshops can solve you better on that. Does CSP certification equivalent to level 6 qualification? No, only until ASP is the thing, and apply directly entry to the master in safety and risk management. That I need to check. I cannot answer that. Why safety pro should the ASP CSP rather than IDP? Yeah, IDP is a different thing, and this is a different thing. So you need to choose which is the best for your career, depending on the country where you are doing. How many countries this as a valid course? It's valid everywhere, anywhere in the world. So to provide syllabus details on how to approach it easily, yes, it's plenty of the information we have provided. And qualifications, exam preparation, and timelines, linking to BCS with industrial hygiene. If you do the CIH, you will get the waiver for ASP. So I can understand how the linkage is there. So that's one of the linkage between the industrial hygiene CIH and BCSP. And if you are talking about the industrial hygiene topics, so there are so many syllabus related to the industrial hygiene. Certainly that knowledge will help in BCSP's CSP preparation, exam preparation, and other things. So that's about let me take any other questions. Mr. Fossil is asking, I'm having a bachelor, 9 messages have come, bachelor degree in science with level 6 diploma. You will get the ASP waiver, but we need to check, Mr. Fossil. And thanks for sharing such useful HS certification. Appreciated, sir. Mr. Umesh Kumar. So with that, thank you, Mr. Umesh, for the nice words. And with that, I would like to go back to the presentation or any other information you want to share it, you want to ask. So otherwise, I would like to advanced point to the screen. Okay, so with that, I would like to thank everybody for their presence. Unless we have any other information, we can talk. Otherwise, we have 1 minute left for the scheduled time. So we are on the time. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. And this is being recorded, and it will be Mr. Any other questions? Some other. Glad to see you here today. Good night, sir. Thank you. How does CSP qualification come in Nebo's diploma? I think we answered those questions very much, and thank you very much. Appreciate. And you will get the BCSP waiver. One more thing I forgot to tell you. I told that I'm going to share the screen, the 25th program 25th program's Google link. I'm going to share here, 1 minute. So this is the link. You can join on the Google Meet to know more about our Mr. Jeetu Patel, who already briefed about the J&A Bharat HSC Foundation and how you can get the benefit out of that. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Jeetu Saab. You would like to say anything as a closing remarks?
All I can say is that at my age of 80-year-old, I found this presentation was not only informative, educational, but very encouraging to all our young friends to take up this certification program that you just described. And it has a lot of values which also have been shown. I have employed many people, but when somebody comes up with CSP and similar certification, $20,000 to $30,000 immediately added to his basic salary. That's only last thing I wanted to add to influence all the people who are listening to this call, that how valuable this program BCSP is, that you have really shared your knowledge and experience, and voluntarily you are willing to support to any one of these people to pursue it and procure it. So with that, I thank all on behalf of all on the call, including myself. Thank you for this outstanding presentation and vigor you have. Thank you all very much, and God bless you all, those who are on the call, and we warmly welcome you to join us on 25th March to learn more about J&A Bharat HSC Foundation. Thank you and have a pleasant evening and sleep well.
Thank you, Jeetu Saab, and I would like to recognize the presence of our Kuwait chapter secretary, Mr. Safdar Ali Khan. They have been doing a lot of workshops related to the ASP, CSP preparation. Mr. Safdar, would you like to conclude the call?
Thank you, Ashok Saab and Jeetu sir, for your wonderful this webinar, which will be benefiting to a lot of people who have joined this webinar, and in future also, which we have kept it as a recorded version. Alhamdulillah, I am willing to see on 25th March of J&A Foundation. And definitely we are there to support our people who are basically in Kuwait for study preparation, and SSP Kuwait is doing a wonderful job in promoting this profession. And we are having some more ASP and CSP preparatory workshop is going to come. So look forward to see you all, and if there is any query, we are in mentor list, and you can approach to us or anyone who is in mentor list. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Safdar, and thank you for all the participants. I wish you all the best, and whenever you succeed in this CSP examination, send a mail to ambassador@bcsp.org and how we have supported this particular activity or through the webinars and mentoring. Thank you all, and I'm closing the call. Appreciate your support. Good night. Good night.
Good night, sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.